Record. All right, so I'm gonna start with my glasses off, and we're gonna go face down, and I'm gonna put my forehead on the back of my hands. So I have my hands crossed, my forehead down, and then I'm just gonna lift my head up, but keep my chin down. There's a tendency to when we lift, we want to kind of lead with our forehead and let that chin lift up and neck extend, but I'm trying to keep that chin almost like I'm looking at my waistband of my pants. So I'm kind of almost like tucking my chin, but lifting my head up towards the ceiling. And then we're just going to relax. Slightly turn to one direction, and we're going to lift up right there. Same thing, just a small lift. You're not trying to go to where it's tight. Just going to where it's, you know, it's work to hold it. Effort, but not pain. And then down, and then rotate the other direction. Lift up. So checking, is that chin tucked down? On this side, it kind of wanted to extend a little bit. We're going to go back to the middle, forehead down, and lift your head up, chin tucked. See, is the pressure even? I felt like my left side was kind of rotating up, and I didn't have even pressure on the floor. And then relax. Now we're going to extend your right arm along your side down to your pocket. Thumb pointed out. So I'll demonstrate with my left hand. It's going to be like this. And we're going to lift up and hold. Keeping that elbow extended, thumb out. And then lower, letting it relax all the way. You can let the hand rotate inward. So now the thumb's pointing towards the body. And then rotate back out so the palm is flat and the thumb is pointing away. We're going to lift back up, elbow extended. Making sure that all the tension is in that posterior side of the shoulder, the top of the shoulder, through the elbow, the forearm, and then relax. Rotate that hand back in. So now the palm is facing up, the back of the hand is touching down, and now we'll relax and switch hands. So what I'm saying about that is, right here the palm is facing up, and then we rotate out, and just feeling what that rotation feels like. And then from there, we're going to lift up and hold. And then relax, rotate it back in, rotate that hand back out, and then lift up. And exploring, like, is one motion harder to do? And then relax, rotate the hand back towards the body, that thumb towards the body, which is internal shoulder rotation. Now we're going to move up to tabletop position, hands and knees. And what we're going to do is we're going to extend one arm first, but kind of out in a wide position. And I'm going to walk my feet back just a little bit to create a little bit more space here. So and I can go thumb up towards the ceiling. And then down, we'll switch hands. And so I'm thinking here, if my hand was straight up above or along my head or straight out to the side, I'm going right in the middle of those two. And then down, we're back to the right side, thumb up towards the ceiling. And we're trying to avoid any torso motion, not trying to let that chest and back go up towards the ceiling. And then switch arms. So again, trying to avoid any of that rotation. A lot of times we'll get that hand to go higher and we end up rotating through the spine. And then down. Now we're going to move to doing the legs. So what we're going to do is you're going to just keep one leg at a time is going to go back, and you're going to slide your toes across the floor and then lift up just a little bit where that foot just goes about 2 inches off the ground. Thinking about from the bottom of that foot that's extended to the crown of the head, you're trying to get as much space, trying to get as much length. Now we'll relax, we'll switch sides, dragging that foot out, toes across, and then lifting up. Breathe in nice and gently, feeling the full inhale and exhale, moving through your belly. And then switch. And then again, dragging the toes across the floor, across the mat, then lift the leg. And you're almost thinking that leg that lifts, that same side hip, is trying to stay as low to the ground as possible, as opposed to like lifting it and rotating. Knowing that we're putting a lot of pressure, go and switch legs, into your wrist and hands. So if you need to take a break, you certainly can do that. And relax. All right, now we're going to go to a kneeling position. And we're going to have your hands at your sides. What we're going to do is we're just going to lean to this side, which is allowing this side to go through a eccentric. It's slowing you down. And now as we pull back up, that same side is contracting. And then as we start to go to the other side, it's now this side that's preventing us from falling over. And then it's that side that's contracting to pull us up. And now it stops working. This side starts to work. And then it's pulling us back up. So you can think about that as the side that is right now, as you're moving, these ribs are actually separating and trying to stretch. The muscles are stretching. And now you're asking them to tighten to pull you back up. And then over here, they're stretching, hold, and then squeeze. Think about squeezing those ribs together. And then back up. One more. And back squeeze. Good. All right, now we're going to do a kneeling position so you can, bring that hip around, which is also in itself a very good exercise to just practice like how easy, and you might use like a stool or a chair to put your hand on and just get really good at doing these kneeling hip swings. It's a nice active mobility, and it's okay to use momentum on stuff like this because this is a more functional exercise. So, but once we get good at that, we can do the kneeling hold, and what we're going to do is a torso rotation. So we're just going to have your hands here, and what we're going to do is you're going to find how far is your extreme, and then you're going to come out of it just a little bit and hold that. We're going to hold it for a full inhale, a pause, and then we're going to exhale. Then we're going to rotate as far as you can, that same direction, and then come back out of it halfway. Full inhale, pause, exhale, and then we're going to switch sides. So bring that left leg up in front. We're going to rotate as far as you can, and come back out of it halfway. This is where you want to hold it for the full inhale. Pause, and exhale. Paying attention to what your shoulders are doing. Can you depress them with still keeping your elbows up as opposed to, moving through here. And then we're going to rotate as far as you can. Back halfway. Full inhale. Full exhale, or pause, and then exhale. All right. Now we're going to move down to a seated position. And we're going to sit up nice and tall. And what we're going to do is we're going to rotate and side bend down. And then back up. Come out of it. We're going to go to the same thing. We're going to rotate to the right and then lean that left shoulder down. It's like I'm thinking about if I have something to squeeze between that left shoulder and hip, I'm trying to squeeze between those two areas, almost like I'm trying to make a C with my rib cage, And now we're gonna rotate. And here, as I rotate, my feet wanna, almost like what you feel like when you're pushing a clutch or a brake in a car, but I'm gonna try to avoid those feet from moving. But rotate as far as I can and then squeeze that shoulder to this hip. And back up, rotate out, or rotate the same direction. So I have to be really aware of what my feet are trying to do. And then we're leaning over, squeezing that right shoulder to that right hip. And relax. All right. Now we're gonna lie down. And we're gonna do some hip motions. So we're gonna bring the hip up just about a 45. So this is 90 with it being straight up. I'm gonna bring it down and we're gonna rotate the foot across. We're gonna hold it here. And I'm trying to keep my leg, my thigh from not allowing it to move closer to the other leg. And as I maintain that position of the thigh, I'm thinking, can I rotate my foot any closer? Paying attention to what my left leg is doing. And then I'm gonna rotate out and then lower the leg. So being very specific with my movements and the sequence, I bring the leg up, not all the way to 90, but back to this 45. And then I'm gonna rotate the foot up towards my head, towards the opposite shoulder. And I'm thinking this opposite leg is staying straight. And they're almost like going towards each other. I'm thinking about how stable can I make this right side so I can help that left feel like I can get a little bit more motion, a little bit more of a squeeze. Trying to get up toward my head. And then we're gonna rotate out and then lower the leg. We're gonna go back to the right. This time we're gonna do it at 90. Foot up, or the leg up here now. And so you might get a little bit less rotation in this position. Still thinking that opposite leg, is it staying straight? And slowly come out of it. Drop that foot back down. So again, we're up to this 90. Leg is up, and then we're rotating the foot across, making sure that that opposite leg, the leg that's straight, is staying out nice and tight and straight. Knee is and thigh is contracted and tight. And then we're going to rotate out and relax. All right, now we're going to lie on your side, and we're going to move to where the knees are bent. And so your knees are going to be just out in front of the body. And you're going to lie your head on your upper arm, your bicep. What we're going to do here, you're going to do the first movement with keeping your knees as if they're tied together, and your feet are going to separate. And as you separate your feet, don't let the hips and pelvis want to roll forward to follow the direction and the force of the foot. Now we're going to slowly lower the foot, and we're going to keep the feet together and lift the knees. Now the pelvis and hips want to roll backwards, but avoid that. And now it's how much can you get those knees to separate as you keep your pelvis neutral or even moving forward. And you'll really feel that in the glutes and hip external rotators. Then bring the knees together, feet apart. Again, here the pelvis wants to go forward, and it's like, oh, can I keep that back, but still get that foot to go up and towards the camera. And then slowly relax, lift that knee up, feet together. And here I'm thinking about going forward because my hips want to go back. And we want to create that separation between the two opposing joints. And then relax. We'll switch sides. So again, knees are bent and the hips are back at that 45. We're going to do the first one with the knees tied together, bringing the foot up. So here, this side, I had to control it a little bit more. My hips wanted to go forward. So I had to come back and correct it a little bit. And then feet together, knee apart. And so my right hip is a little bit tighter. It just doesn't feel as like I'm as connected. And today I had some right knee discomfort. And so this is probably an area that my body needs even more attention given to it. The knee was the symptom. And through doing these exercises, I'm finding out that the hip muscles are really the underlying cause, most likely. At least on this first inspection. And then relax. All right. So now I'm probably gonna have to make a camera change, I think. Let's see if I go up there. Is that gonna be? All right, so now we're gonna go to standing. All right, so now what we're gonna do is standing up nice and tall. We're gonna take one leg forward. And so if you want, you can have your chair next to you. Here I have a wall and I've got my knees straight. My toes are pulled back and I'm just trying to lift my leg up as high as I can without shifting anything. And then bringing that leg down. Now I'm gonna rotate the toes outward. My heel is gonna go forward and up. And so this is a nice balancing exercise for the leg you're standing on, the post. Back down, we'll switch sides. So we're doing the first one, toes and knees, knee pointed forward, mostly on the leg that's active. It's not as important with the leg that you're standing on. With the leg you're standing on, you don't necessarily need to have the toes pointed straight. Let the toes and heel be in any position that you feel most comfortable for balance. And then relax. Toes out. Now that inside of the heel is going forward and up. Again, trying to keep that knee, even though the knees and toes are pointed out, I'm still trying to keep the knee straight. So I'm keeping my quad active. And then relax. All right, now we're gonna go do some forearm motions, stuff for the elbows. So keeping your elbows in, we're gonna go palms up. And then we're gonna rotate the palms down. And as we do this, the elbows like to move away. So really think about the upper arms are like squeezing into your ribs. And you're still trying to get the thumbs as close to the ground. Fingers are separated. Shoulders are down. As your shoulders are down, you're gonna think about now, can you get the little finger up towards the ceiling, thumb down, and keep those elbows and arms in. And they also kind of want to start, your body says, oh, I can get those thumbs to move further. And instead of moving them closer to the ground, they move them outward, but your brain still experiences it as more movement. So that's often what we end up doing. So we want to try to avoid that. And then we're going to rotate the hands back down. And here again, I'm trying to get the thumb down, keep the elbows in. And now we're going to do palms back up, thumbs out, shoulders down. I could kind of feel my shoulders want to elevate when I started to do that motion. You can kind of be soft in the knees. That's it. You can kind of start scanning the body. I had my knees fully extended and it's not really necessary. Now we're going to shake it out. We're going to come back and do some things with the same motions, but with fist. So we've got the elbows locked into the sides, shoulders down. We're going to do rotate. We're keeping those fists, trying to get those thumbs down. And then we're going to rotate back up, trying to get the thumbs out and down. The little finger, that fifth, the pinky up toward the ceiling, shoulders down. And then rotate back in. There. And then rotate back up and squeeze. Good. Shake it out. Roll the shoulders a little bit. You can roll them backwards and roll forward. All right. Now what we're going to do is an arm uplifter. So what you want to do is with our arms, we have what's called this natural carrying angle. where our elbows move away from the body. So if we have our arm out to the side, we kind of want to follow that general path, as opposed to, I don't want to like then bring my arm back across here. It just squeezes this stuff all together. And right now what we're trying to do is focus in on your shoulder. So we're following that same path of that line of where your arm lines up, and then trying to keep your elbow extended, palm up. I'm just going to where it gets tight. Some people can go up a little bit higher. I start to get tightness and I can't keep my elbow extended past here. And then I'm just going to bring it back down. Palm is going to face backwards, and I'm going to pull my arm back. I'm still thinking head up, shoulders back. And then I'm going to bring it forward, palm forward, thumb out, lift up, elbow extended. Again, keeping that path. And then back through and down. And when you go back, you actually, when your hand is in towards the body, that carrying angle goes away with the internal rotation. So when you go backwards, you actually can have the arm in close to the body. And then we're going to bring it back towards the body, and then we're going to switch sides. So again, find that natural position of the hand and arm. So my hand's going to end up right up here. I'm just going up as high as I can, and this side's a little bit lower. I can't get it as high, but I'm just going to wherever I feel tightness in any part of the arm. Then bring that hand back down, rotate. Now the palm is facing backwards. Keep that elbow extended, pushing back. Forward, rotate out, gets out there, and then pushing up and forward. I'm going as high as I can before I feel any tightness. So this left side is a lot less than the right. And then back down and back through. Good. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to do our reach. So we're going to reach that right hand up to the sky. You're going to lean over. There you go. Bring it back to the middle. And then keeping your body stable, not allowing your body to move. You're going to bring your elbow and squeeze that upper arm into the rib cage area. And then we're going to reach up, stretch, reach, back down, pull down, and squeeze. So you're using your body as a resistance to help these muscles create a stronger contraction. And I'm thinking about, can I get my shoulder away from my ear? Then I'm back up, reach, lean, get a little extra stretch, but controlled. Then I'm back over, tightening here. Then I'm bringing my arm down and back. Squeeze it down. Okay. We're going to do the left arm. We're going to reach up. I'm going to lean over. Down that extra stretch, control, tighten back up to bring me back. Now don't let any motion happen. Pull that arm down, squeezing it into the side. And then reach up, lean, control, bring it back to the middle by tightening over here. And then you're going to bring that arm into your side, squeeze and hold. And then reach up and lean, control that lean, bring it back, down, and hold. Squeezing through the body. Nice. All right, so we have a couple more exercises. So what we're going to do is you're going to stand on one leg. If you want, you can have the chair. You're going to bring your leg up. You're going to keep your shoulders still, and you're going to rotate your lower body underneath your upper body. So I'm just going as far as I can before I feel like it is squeezing a little bit too much through my spine, or I can't go any further because I'll lose balance. We're going to rotate out of that. We're going to stay with the same side. And bring that foot up, rotate across. And so I get to about that point and I just get a lot of pressure where I feel like my effort to do any more gets a little higher than what I'm willing to go to, and then back out of it, kind of walk it out, and then we'll go to the other side. So again, keeping the upper body nice and stable. I'm just thinking about pushing my knee forward and across. rotate out and back down again if you need to. Definitely use the back of a chair, a countertop. Sometimes it's really good if you can be near a kitchen counter. The back of a chair is nice to use. And relax out of it. So there I had to end a little bit early, but you want to try to rotate out of it. But my right foot was a little less stable today. So, all right. Nice job.
Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.